The funnel theory. I saw a movie once in which the hero travels back in time to the 1300s and rescues a girl to whom he is attracted. As they float down a river, evading their pursuers, he asks, "Are you married?" She replies, "No." He asks, "Are you with anyone?" She replies, "I'm with you." He recognizes she doesn't understand his question and tries again. "Is there someone you're seeing?" She replies, "No." Then, scanning the nearby woods, adds, "Is it possible they are hiding on the shore?" He then laughs and says, "We're speaking the same language, but you don't understand a word I'm saying, do you?" A similar level of confusion exists when discussing the subject of dating. It sometimes feels like we speak a different language, or that we are separated by 10 centuries. Before we can even discuss teenage relationships, we have to speak the same language. When we talk about steady dating, we mean a couple has paired off. They are exclusive with one another. They refer to one another as boyfriend or girlfriend. To use Facebook terms, they are in a relationship. Dating at 16. When I speak to a youth group, I start off making sure we are speaking the same language. "When are you allowed to date?" I ask the audience. Everybody shouts out, 16. Then I ask the trick question, "When are you allowed to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend?" And there is murmuring. Didn't she just ask that question? What's the difference? Lots of you think it's automatic. You turn 16, you date, and you get a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's what it means to date, lady. What century are you from? Talking about dating is like talking about love. The word has so many meanings, it's hard to know exactly what we are talking about. When we talk about love, we can talk about love for our fellow man, love for our family members, love for a romantic partner, and love for chocolate-covered almonds, which I absolutely adore. There are so many different kinds of love, it's a crime that we use the same word for such entirely different emotions. The word dating is just as ambiguous. People who teach you about dating might talk about anything from how to put a napkin in your lap to how to keep your hands out of your date's lap. The funnel theory. To clarify the different types of dating, I have created a model. When my kids are trying to explain something new to me, like how to use iMovie, sometimes I don't get their point. In exasperation, they will ask, "What do I need to do? Draw you a picture?" I'm a visual learner, so I enthusiastically respond, "Yes, that would be great." Visual models make things so clear. When I first presented this model, I used the shape of a solitaire cut diamond because diamonds represent love, engagement, commitment, and marriage, the very things the funnel theory is about. However, it's hard to draw a solitaire on the back of a napkin when you're sitting with your friends at an ice cream parlor, so I started using a funnel for convenience. Some of the youth who saw the model when I first started teaching it have come up to me decades later, claiming they still remember it. In fact, many people simply refer to my presentation as the funnel theory. The diagram looks like a funnel, the kind you would use to pour oil into your automobile if you're brave enough to change your own oil and not accidentally add oil to the transmission fluid. The top of the funnel represents the first stage of a relationship, and the bottom represents the last. As you progress through each stage of the funnel, your relationships become progressively more intimate. The first stage of the funnel is the biggest stage because you include the most people in this stage. Each stage gets smaller because as you progress toward the end of the funnel, you include fewer numbers of people in each stage. Stage 1. Acquaintance. My husband and I like to go to the movies on our dates. I know some people think it's boring to do the same thing every weekend, but we don't think it's boring. We see a different movie each week. The ticket taker at our favorite theater is an acquaintance. He is a darling young man who sits in a wheelchair as he tears our tickets. He doesn't know our names, but he smiles in recognition when he sees us. Most of us have lots and lots of acquaintances, so this stage is represented by the broadest part of the funnel.